One of the absolute worst protective styles for fine natural hair is Kinky twists. Bonus points for breakage if the style is super long. The reason why kinky twists that are super long are so terrible for fine natural hair is because the hair itself is quite abrasive, and on top of it, the length can actually be extremely stressful for fine natural strands. The other problem with this look is that the longer you wear it is the more chances you have for incurring unnecessary breakage on your fine and fragile natural hair. Simply put, the style is literally just too heavy and the hair itself is just too roughly textured. There's literally no way around it. So if all these terrible things are going on with this style that I am currently rocking, how am I making it work for my fine and fragile natural hair? Well, keep on watching this video all the way to the end if you want to know exactly how I'm growing out my fine and fragile natural hair as long and as strong as possible, even while rocking this beautiful set of kinky twists. So number one, when you are getting your kinky twist installed, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're installing your hair on really large parts. So oftentimes we see styles just like this. They are big, the twist itself is quite large, and the hair, like the actual natural hair, the part is very tiny. If you've got fine and fragile natural strands, you're gonna wanna make sure that you go in with larger parts so that when you are putting this hair on top of your fine and fragile natural hair, it has a good base to hold on to. Now, if you're using this type of hair and it's heavy and it's on a tinier part, it's literally just gonna stress the hair out and the hair is literally just gonna fall right on out. So to avoid all of that, you wanna make sure that whenever you're installing either kinky twists or braids or anything that has this type of a style going on, that you're doing so on as large of a part as possible. Number two, the way that you sleep with your kinky twists or your braids can really impact whether or not the style is going to help you or hurt you. So I've kind of played around with a couple of different, methods with this hairstyle because I've never really worn kinky twists this long in a very long time with this length of hair. And so what I found in my experience is that the best way and the most comfortable way to sleep with a lot of kinky twists is not on top of your head the way you might assume in a pineapple method, but actually pulling the hair all the way to the back, securing it in a low ponytail type fashion, and then just wearing a headscarf on top. Doing so is really going to, number one, be very comfortable for your sleep at night. And then number two, it's also going to really ensure that you're not incurring too much pressure on your strands. Now, this style can actually get very dangerous very quickly for your fine and fragile edges. So what I would suggest every single night when you're getting ready for bed is to just take the front of your twists and just pull them down a little bit when you're getting ready for bed. Even if you're wearing like a head tie just like so, you wanna make sure that you're always aware of how much tension is on the front of your edges because that tension will over time lead to unnecessary breakage. Tip number three is that you're gonna wanna go ahead and avoid really tight updo type hairstyles. So as you'll see, this is a very loose type of half bun, and I've purposely installed a loose half bun on these kinky twists because I don't want to pressure my hair. My scalp has actually grown to be quite sensitive in nature, and so if it is actually a little bit too tight, it's pulling out the edges, it's just overall not doing good things for my fine natural strands, then I will go ahead and just again pull down each braid to avoid that type of tension on my scalp. But what I've noticed is that the more I avoid doing super tight updos is the better off my hair is in the long run of things. Number four, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're spraying your kinky twists on, I would say, a 1 to 2 times per week basis. 2 times per week if your hair is usually very, very dry. Maybe once a week if your hair is in a good place as it relates to moisturization. Now, I recently came back from a trip to the States. I had a really fantastic time and I got to try out some new products. Now, I usually use a spray from Oyin Handmade. Usually it's either their Frank juice or it might even be their juices and berries line. But on this trip, I wanted to try something new, and that's where this kind of comes into play. So this, of course, is the Bondi Boost. This is their intensive spray. And you could definitely find this intensive spray at Sephora. They've got the entire line there. I've been very curious about the line, and so I was really excited to try it out when I saw that they had an intensive spray. It's not marketed as a braid spray, but because it is very misty in nature, and the first ingredient is aloe barbadensia, so aloe vera leaf juice, which is even better because aloe vera juice is actually very hydrating and moisturizing for fine natural strands. Now, if you're interested in giving this a try, definitely go ahead and check the link in the box down below for all of the details to all of the products that I'm mentioning. And if you do choose to make a purchase using that link, a small portion at no extra cost to you goes towards supporting fine natural hair rocks. Girlfriend, do you like wearing braided extensions? I actually really love wearing braided extensions. I find it fun. I find it very much in alignment with my carefree, relaxed, type of persona. And I just really enjoy the extra time that it gives me in the day to really just live my life as opposed to worrying about my hair. Girlfriend, are you somebody who also likes braids for, a protective style or even just the style itself? Let me know in the comment section down below because I'd love to know. My fifth tip is to not wear the style too long. Girlfriend, I get it. It is so easy to want to wear this style as long as you possibly can. I mean, it's beautiful, it's easy, it's protecting the hair if you're doing the things properly to protect your hair, but this is one of those things where there's a diminishing return if you leave your hair in for far too long. Now, I think the sweet spot is anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks for fine natural strands. If you don't have fine natural strands, then perhaps 6 to 8 weeks you can get away with. If you are pushing, the needle on how long you're keeping these kinky twists in for, and you want to keep it in for maybe 6 weeks, or maybe you're truly a risk taker and you're willing to keep it in for 8 weeks, then I would say go ahead and remove the twists from your edges. Now, the reason I say to remove the twists from your edges is because as you use edge control, as you're pulling back, you're bringing down, you're wearing headbands, you're putting your scarf on at night to sleep, all of those things, no matter how soft you're being, is going to lead to manipulation. And that manipulation, in addition to the heaviness of the braids, is ultimately going to lead to some breakage as well if you keep doing that over and over and over again for a really long amount of time. Now, what's the solution to this? The solution to this is to go ahead and take out the extension. And if you're, so aptly skilled, definitely consider putting it back in. But if you're like me and you're not really that great at adding extensions to your fine natural strands, then just go ahead and put in your own twist using your real hair, and you can kind of secure it in place underneath this headband. Girlfriend, if you're interested in this headband, let me know in the comment section down below. Chances are likely that information will also be in the description box, so you can go ahead and grab a pair of headbands or one, whatever number it is that you want for yourself as well too. Girlfriend, without a doubt, I loved wearing this style. The reason why I put this style in was for my trip to Miami. I had a really fantastic time over the holidays, visiting Sarasota, Miami. We kind of drove through Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Boca. I mean, we had an amazing time. Miami Beach. We did all of that, and it was great. And it was really nice to have these in place and not worry about my fine natural strands while I was on vacation. Now, all of that may be all well and good. You might just be like me and, you're doing all these great things while the style is installed in your hair. But what about the takedown process? Girlfriend, if your takedown process is damaging in nature, then I'm gonna want you to definitely stay tuned to Fine Natural Hair Rocks, because next week, I'm gonna be talking about the top 10 ways to really make sure that when you're pulling down your hair and taking it out, you're doing so in a way that is conducive to length retention and not causing further breakage for your fine and fragile natural strands. Is any of this helpful to you? If it is, go ahead and hit up that like button because it really helps Fine Natural Hair Rocks out. And also, if you really enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell button because I post new videos every single week, and there's always something new and exciting that you can learn and apply to your own fine and fragile natural hair journey. Also, I'm only interested in making videos that are actually helpful and videos that you want to see. So let me know in the comment section down below if learning more about how to safely take down your braids or kinky twists is something that you actually want to see. Girlfriend, I absolutely love talking about fine natural hair. I love helping other people out with their fine natural hair journeys because I myself was in your shoes of just being completely confused about how to deal with my fine natural strands, let alone grow it out and have healthy strands at that. Now, if that sounds like you and you're in a similar position right now, go ahead and hit the link right there to sign up for the Fine Natural Hair Rocks newsletter. It's literally just an opportunity to receive these videos, information about your fine natural hair on a weekly to bi-weekly basis. I never spam your account. I am not one of those trifling influencers or companies that sells information, none of that. So rest assured when you go ahead and click that link that you can sign up to the Fine Natural Hair Rocks newsletter and be a part of the free Curlfriend crew, getting this solid fine natural hair advice directly to your inbox. Girlfriend, you and I have been talking back and forth through the community tab. We've been exchanging, you know, the things that work, the things that don't work, the things that make you tick, the things that you don't really care about. And so next week, bearing all of that in mind, I will definitely be showing you exactly how to take down your fine natural strands in a way that's going to be conducive to growth. So I hope that you'll be able to join me next week as we talk about how to safely take down your braids, your kinky twists, any of these types of styles in a way that's gonna be good for your fine natural strands. In the meantime, go ahead and check out this video next to learn exactly what 12 things I stopped doing in 2022 that really took my fine natural hair length and strength journey to a completely next level. Thank you so much for watching, girlfriend. I will see you in the next video. Bye.